everyone, Animal Girl here, back with another edition of TV Talk. It's Wednesday, and that means it's Walker, Texas Ranger Day. And this week's episode was Evil in the Night. A string of mysterious deaths lead Walker and Trevette to Running Wolf, a malevolent Comanche medicine man who's avenging the desecration of a sacred Indian burial ground. Okay, things I liked about this episode. First off, as always, I loved the action. Walker, Texas Ranger is well known for its action, as I have stated numerous times in this episode. And not just the police action with the police kicking down doors and chasing the bad guys and all that entails with that, but also with the martial arts action as well. But this one had this episode had another type of action involved in it, and that is supernatural action. Now, I kind of like the supernatural to a degree. Do I like horror films? No, I don't. I'm not a big fan of horror films. But I do like how, but there are certain things that have to do with the supernatural that I do like. I do like exploring that side of our belief system, and I do like reading what is known as paranormal romance books. So for me, the fact that this had to do with the supernatural to a degree was actually a big bonus for me. Secondly, I loved the plot line. This had a really good plot line, and one of the things I absolutely loved about it was that this episode was actually a very appropriate episode for me to review right now, but that it doesn't really have anything bearing on. I just want to touch on that. This episode takes place during Halloween, and in fact, it was originally aired on the 4th of November back in 1995, so more than likely within the week of Halloween of that year. I'd have to actually look at a calendar from 1995 to see actually when Halloween fell, but it aired within 4 days of Halloween, so still within the cushion factor of it's okay to show a Halloween episode. Also, this video is being posted on either the 17th or the 18th, depending on when it actually uploads. So, of October. So this was actually a really good episode to review for that, and I really like that. Now, plotline wise, since that was the point I was talking about, I'm sorry if I got off topic there, I really liked the plotline. Again, we got into Native American culture here, and that goes to the next point of line, but I'm just going to touch on that a little bit. But I really like when we get into another culture and we explore that, and that's what we're doing here. Now, is this the first time we've explored Native American culture within Walker? No, it is not. We have done it several times before. But when we do get to explore the Native American culture, which particularly for people like me who live in America, I really do like that. I feel that we do need to understand the culture of the Native Americans because they were here before us. So we do need to understand their culture, and just more out of a respect thing than anything, at least in my opinion. Thirdly, I liked that, and this is going back to the Native American culture, but I liked that we got to explore not only the Native American cultures, but their beliefs and their superstitions. all three were represented within this episode. Now, as I stated earlier, we have explored the Native American culture. Now, mostly it was the Cherokee culture that we explored because Walker is supposed to be part Cherokee. Now, I'm saying Walker the character, not Chuck Norris the actor. I don't know if he actually is or not, but Walker the character is half Cherokee on his father's side. So we do explore the Cherokee culture a lot within Walker, Texas Ranger. A lot of times when we are exploring the Native American culture in an episode, it is the Cherokee Nation that we are exploring. This time it was a little different. While we do get into the Native American culture to a degree, we are introduced to White Eagle, or reintroduced to White Eagle. I mean, he does appear in this episode. I'm not 100% sure if he was in a previous episode or not. I can't remember. But if he wasn't, this is the first time we actually meet White Eagle, who is a Cherokee medicine man. And he's also a good friend of Walker's. And we also learn a little bit about what the Cherokee believe about the supernatural world, because White Eagle advises Walker on that. Now, and we also learn a little bit about the Cherokee burial ceremony as well. But the point I'm trying to make here is that it's not the Cherokee culture we really explore in this episode. It's the Comanche culture we explore. Now, a lot of people tend to forget or don't realize that not all cultures and belief systems within the separate Native American tribes are the same. The Cherokee believed one thing, the Comanche believed another, the Blackfoot had their separate belief systems, and the Nez Perce had theirs. Each tribe, each individual group of Native American people, or each individual nation of Native American people, had their own belief system. Now, were a lot of the things that overlap them, were a lot of the belief systems within the different Native American nations the same? Possibly. I don't know. I don't study Native American culture. But I think they might have been. Now, were there other things that were different? Yes, they were other things that were different. I mean, the American culture is different from the British culture, which is different from the French culture, which is different from the African culture. All cultures are different. It's how the people, it's not how the people, it's the different belief systems we have. Same thing like with religion. All religions are different. Do they all have a similar core root? Yes, a lot of them do have a similar core root. But the belief systems in and of themselves are slightly different. Some religions believe a different thing from another. Some celebrate different holidays from each other. And again, I know I'm making a big point of this, but it is something that we do touch on. Lastly, we do get into the superstition part of the Native American culture. Now, the Native Americans did have their superstitions. They lived off the land. They believed everything was connected to each other, from the tiniest insect to the bears and the deer and the moose and the bison, and even the people themselves were connected to one another. And they had many ceremonies to honor the spirits of the natural world. So it makes sense that they did have their superstitions about things. And some of our paranormal superstitions actually stem from Native American culture. One in particular is the supernatural creature known as a Skinwalker. Now, I'm not sure which Native American tribe the Skinwalker originated from, but I do know that the Skinwalker is a shapeshifter, but but it is a very dark shapeshifter. They mostly shapeshift into coyotes, but some reports and stories say that they can shapeshift into any animal. And they do so by using the pelt or skin of the animal as a cape. They kind of put it over them and they transform into the animal. It's very different from like the shapeshifter of the werewolf, which doesn't really need the pelt. But the Skinwalker does come from Native American culture, and it is a dark creature. Now, do I like shifters? Yes, shifters are one of my favorite paranormal creatures. Do I know a lot about them? Not a lot, just from what I read from my paranormal romance books, just a little bit. I don't actually research them at all. And I really don't read any books on skinwalkers. One popped up in a series I read known as Kitty Norval. It actually popped up in the book Kitty Takes a Holiday, I believe it was the title. Where a skinwalker actually did pop up in that. Actually, 2 skinwalkers popped up in that. But I also read another paranormal series. I know I'm getting off topic, but I will get back to Walker in a second. But it ties in with this. I also read another paranormal series called Mercy Thomas, where she is a walker, but she's not a skinwalker. She doesn't actually need the pelt to transform into a coyote. She just does it. But again, it circles back to the Native American culture. The author of the Mercy Thomas series, Patricia Briggs, who is one of my favorite paranormal romance writers, actually made Mercy a little bit Native American as well. But we'll talk more about Mercy and Kitty in book talk when I get to their books. I just wanted to bring it up because it did kind of tie in with what we're talking about here. Lastly, I loved the spooky factor. As I stated earlier, this episode does take place during Halloween. It was actually first released 4 days after Halloween in 1995. And as I stated earlier as well, this video is actually being posted on either the 17th or the 18th of October, depending on how quickly I can get it uploaded and how well my computer cooperates with me on the uploading process. Now, again, because of the time of year it is, I just felt that this was just so perfect for that. And this is a rarity. I'm going to tell you that right now. I do not normally get episodes for TV Talk that line up with what is going on within that time period. I mean, usually I get Halloween episodes in February and Christmas episodes in July. So the fact that this one lined up almost perfectly with Halloween, it actually fell in October, is a rarity. So I do not expect that to happen again. It's just all in the timing. It's when I get to actually watch the episode and what month it actually is, because I'm not like, okay, now I'm stopping with this and I'm going on to something else. No, I'm going to watch the series all the way through until the series is done, or I'm at the end of the DVDs I have for that, which is the same with this. But the fact that this episode fell in with this season is just, this Halloween season is just absolutely perfect. And because of the fact that Halloween is basically 2 weeks away, and the fact that this episode came up within that time period is just perfect, in my opinion. Okay, things I didn't like about this episode. Really wasn't a lot I didn't like about this episode. Again, I loved a lot of the different factors in this. I had like 4 of them that I posted and they were pointed out, and there were a lot more. I just didn't want to be jabber-jawing too much on it. And I absolutely, again, liked how it kind of fell almost perfectly within what's going on. The only way it would have been even more perfect was if this video was being posted for the 31st, not the 17th. I mean, that would have just made it absolutely perfect. It was like, oh wow, a Halloween episode for Walker, Texas Ranger being posted on Halloween. I mean, how more perfect would that have been? But again, not really a lot I didn't like about this episode. A lot of good things about it. Nothing really, in my opinion, worth changing, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, question of the week. Since this episode revolved around a Native American witch, which is what the person Walker was fighting, or which is what Running Wolf was, basically. They even used the word witch. They actually used the Native American word for witch too. I just can't remember what it was, and even if I could, I probably couldn't pronounce it. Or at least the Cherokee word for it. Since this movie had to do with the supernatural and in particularly supernatural creatures, my question for you guys is, what is your favorite supernatural creature? Please leave your answers in the comment section. Also, feel free to leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I do love to read those. And please like and share this video if you are watching it on Facebook, or like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And feel free to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Wattpad, and DeviantArt. I do have my name for those 5 sites right there on the screen, as well as the pictures I use for the icons. Please note, all pictures seen within this video belong to their respected artists. I own absolutely nothing. Okay, quick reminder on my comment rules. Okay, feel free to check out my other Walker Texas Ranger videos. My other TV talk videos. And my other videos. before I sign off, two things I'd like to touch on. First off, and this is for my YouTube fans, or my YouTube subscribers, TV Talk will be posted both to my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. If you'd like to check out any of the backlog videos for TV Talk, particularly those that were up until this point exclusively posted to Facebook, you can feel free to check them out on my Facebook page. I will have the link in the description section. And this one is for my Facebook friends. My older special edition videos are on YouTube. I will be posting the links on Facebook. However, they're being posted for their specific holiday or event. So that means the postings are going to be sporadic. I will more than likely go anywhere from a few days to a few weeks to a few months in between the postings. Also, I'd like to apologize for not posting a video last week. I actually did plan to, and I did record the video. The problem is I started to record a video and then I stopped and redid it. I can't remember exactly what happened. And when I went to transfer them from the chip for my camcorder to my computer so I can upload, I went to delete one of them, and my intention was to delete the shorter one, and I think I accidentally deleted the big one. And by the time I realized that last Wednesday, I just did not have time to make a video and upload it and have it upload on time. So I just decided I'll just redo the video and upload it this week. So I apologize for that. It was an accident. I did have every intention of uploading a video last week. It just, unfortunately, I deleted the wrong video. It happens. Next time I will make sure to check the runtime on the videos before I delete them. Oh, also, for more, if you want to do learn more about the different Native American cultures, beliefs, and superstitions that were seen within this episode, or any of the other Native American cultures, beliefs, and superstitions that were not present within this episode, you can feel free to check out your local library, Wikipedia, or if there's one near you, your local cultural center. As always, thank you for watching, and have a very nice day.